here we are again, folks, with a trailer full of giant oak logs. These are the, well, 4 of the biggest. There's the base of the tree still to pick up. These are 6.5 feet long, 30 some inches in diameter. I gotta get them off of here and get them by the sawmill. This is gonna be hardwood flooring for him, so I'm gonna cut these down into 1 by 2.5 by 6, and yeah, that'll be fun. So I'm gonna start getting them down. We'll see what happens. Alright, one of the drawbacks of filming from my phone, I can't leave it up there to get a time lapse of everything, so I got one here up by the sawmill, and instead of messing around, walking, doing all kinds of stuff, so this one just barely fits on the loader arms, so it'll be fun to get up on there. But anyway, instead of messing around with the camera and showing me dragging this thing up the hill, I'm just going to drag these things up the hill. Alright folks, there we are. Got all 4 of them up here today. I don't have a banana for scale, but I wear extra large gloves and you can't even tell. Alright, we'll have to get a tape measure tomorrow. This is the second one up from the base of the tree. So tomorrow we'll get the biggest one, and then there are 2 much smaller ones and then 2 branch leads that we're going to do. We're doing, I don't know if I said this already, wood flooring for them. So yeah, we'll get that going, do the pickup in the morning, do the same pole logs up here afterwards, and then start some sawmilling. Good afternoon, folks, or evening, whatever time it is. Yeah, I put that up. It's supposed to be raining tomorrow and I have to work, so that'll help shield me from the water. 2 of the giant logs are gone. There's 2 left here. There's another one. 2 smaller ones there. 1 up there. There's 1 up on the trailer still. I'll have to go get a better look at it because that one is huge. That's the base of the tree. And there's the first stack of today. 250 individual boards, 1 by 2.5 for hardwood flooring for this guy. We're gonna play a little game. I don't know yet. I found an old GoPro and I filmed cutting earlier today on the GoPro. So if you saw cutting, it was on my GoPro. If you didn't see cutting before this, I'll show some cutting tomorrow. That means the GoPro footage just didn't quite work out as planned. But we're gonna keep going. Hopefully I can get through these 2 tomorrow. Those others, I don't know that there's gonna be enough lumber or there's gonna be enough wood for the order. He wanted 1,600 boards for flooring, but the amount of, there's some rot in some of the spots and then taking off all the sapwood, it's really limiting. So I'm gonna have to have a discussion with him. I'm gonna cut everything I can for him, but we'll check back in tomorrow and see where we get from 250. See you then. Alright folks, quick update for day 2 of cutting this wood floor. We ended yesterday somewhere in this region here. So we got almost double what I did yesterday with 2 more logs. The first 2 I did yesterday were the smaller of the 4, and the 2 we did today were obviously the bigger of the 4. I got some numbers over here. Let me show you. So we did 100 on the first log, 150 on the second, 170 on the third, 208 on the fourth, which leaves 628 total. And I was going to show you this over here. We made an absolute mountain of sawdust today. You can see it in through there. I was going to show you this, what it looks like before and after. So this is the after. So next time I cut, I'll show you how much builds up. This is 2.5 days of sawdust. That's 3 feet tall. So anyway, tomorrow ought to be interesting. Do a little bit more cutting and try to get that giant log rolled up here so we can cut it, and then cut some of the smaller stuff. Alright, we will see you tomorrow. So idling was fine before. It's only when you pick it up and turn the belt on. Alright, so let's see. So it appears to be working. Adjust the brakes though, because it seems like I was smoking something out. Alright, so we're going to see how long this takes. I got a little excited and I took it all apart without filming it, but I got the replacement. So what's happening here is the blade was shaking all over the place and it sounded all weird and wobbly. I called Wood-Mizer and they verified my suspicions. One of the bearings went bad. Inside each blade wheel or drive wheel, there's 2 bearings. There's one all the way in the bottom, then there's a spacer, and then there's one in the top. I went and I got one, so I'm going to put it back together now, and then if you play it in reverse, then you'll know how to take it apart. I don't have the right tools. I don't do a lot of mechanic work, so we're going to use what we have and get me back up and running. It's relatively simple process. I don't know if it's required or not, but I'll show you when I put it back in. But I took the brakes off to get the wheel out, but made it pretty easy. And if you don't have a bearing puller like me, all I did was stick this through the inside, since it was bad anyways, and hit it from the back around in a circle like that to get it to break free, come out. Alright. Too close, a little too close. That's better. Alright, so next step, put this back in. So when this came out, I didn't take the drive belt off. It just kind of fell off when I did it. So let's try to get that back in there while I put this back in. And then to get it off, it's a tight fit. I just had to wiggle it like this to get it to work itself out. So I suppose if you have some kind of puller, that would be better, but just walk it in. That went on a lot easier than it came off. C-clip. I have C-clip tool, but they're too small. So what I ended up having to do was take 2 screws and hold them on each side of this piece of wood, and then take some pliers and improvise C-clips because it didn't work. But what I'm going to try to do is see if I can squeeze this and use the tool to put it back in. Oh, and the answer is no. That is hard. So we're going to do this the hard way. We're going to drop it into the sand. Put this on here. Put this on here. Just like that. And stick just as long as you get apart because this is a pain in the butt. Probably best just do this one by the right size. Okay, so this worked to get it out. I had these in here like this, and then I squeezed it, and it was able to squeeze it out. But forcing it in got it to go back in. Next step was, so this goes over and holds the bearing. That's seated all the way. This should just snug down on the lock washer there. There we go. Alright, next step was the brake. I took the brake off. There we go. I also noticed the brake is only wearing on the back side. It was only wearing on the back. It wasn't wearing on the front face as much as it was just the back. And it was pushed way far in. This comes with slots on here that I was able to, I adjusted this one already, but you can adjust where they ride. Alright. Oh, that's an 1/8 inch Allen on the back and a, what is that, 3/8 nut on the front. I did it. I took this spring off. Next step, this is the spring tensioner for the idler wheel and the brake. I took that off to so I could swing it out of the way without locking in the throttle. Because if you lock in the throttle, then the drive belt is pulled tight on it. So I assume this way you can just pull it slightly out of the way. If you're asking yourself why I don't have sockets, The short answer is I got tired of always having to walk back up to either the truck or the garage. So I went and I made myself a kit with Allens, a wrench, pliers, and the tool that I can just keep down here at the sawmill, so that if I have to make any slight adjustments, I don't have to worry about going anywhere. The tools that fit are just here. All right, folks, that's going to call it for today. I got to clean up those ones I just cut right there. If you saw some of them break, they did. This is the second log from the top of the tree, right where it was starting to turn into leads. So very high up there, about to start getting into the branches and whatnot. The little ones aren't going to waste. They're going over into this pile for a short stack. These are all 6.5 feet long. That other stack will be shorts and a little wavy, where there were knots and stuff. But I have to clean up for tonight. Try to get the biggest log off the trailer. I might film that, but I'm no more cutting tonight. And I can't show you the sawdust again because when we had to pause for the breakdown, my wife came out and was helping and she cleared the sawdust away. So I can't show you how much it did. We had lots of issues today with the breakdown, the big log, and I had a fire going. So we only got through the one. So I'm not going to show you the count. Tomorrow I'm getting my taxes done. So the next day I'll be out. I'll do another log, so you'll see an update with 2 additional logs going into the pile. Anyway, I don't know how much this is going to make it in, but there it is. See you tomorrow.